So I'm pretty sure this is how like life in reality works. Okay, so we have the universe with many, many multiple planets. We have stars, solar systems, all that. So you know how, let's say there's like, let's just take a small section of space just because we can't think about all of them. Let's just take like a billion planets, right? Let's say there's a billion planets. Now, out of those billion planets, some of them are going to be Earth-like planets, and some of them are going to be gas giants, other type of planets. So let's just focus on Earth-like planets for now. So more than likely, we're on an Earth-like planet that's in what we call the Goldilocks zone, meaning that let's say there's a billion planets, let's say a million of them or 100 million of them are Earth-like planets. Out of that 100 million of those Earth-like planets, which ones are actually going to be in a position that ours is, where everything's perfectly proportioned? So we have the sun, it's in the perfect proportion for us, the moon, everything to where gravity holds us together and that life could bear. So I'm thinking that life is not really that big of a deal. It is, but it's like, okay, we have a billion planets, right? Now, let's say there's like 100 million Earth like planets. Let's say out of those 100 million Earth like planets, let's say 95% of them just the sun's too close, it's too far. It's still, it would be like just like Earth, but it would be like a hellish Earth, or it'd be a cold Earth, or it would just be not good. So let's deduce it down further. Now we have some planets that are in the Goldilocks zone, like our Earth. Now let's look at only those planets. So we started off with a billion planets. We narrowed down with the process of elimination the gas giants. We narrowed down the ones that are not in the Goldilocks zone. Now we're looking at only the planets in the Goldilocks zone, just like ours. Now, let's say, okay, being in the Goldilocks zone is one part of the battle, but now what about all the other factors? So now you're in a planet with the Goldilocks zone, so you have the potential to bear life, but well, everything has to go smooth at the same time. So, you can't get hit by a comet, you can't get wiped out, you can't have a crazy war that kills itself and all that. So I think that the reason that we haven't seen aliens yet or have proof of them yet is because the nearest planet that everything went perfectly like it did on Earth, I think it's out there somewhere, but I think the distance between us and them is too vast at this time. Because the odds of another perfect Goldilocks Earth planet that pretty much overcame all filters as thus far, I think it's out there somewhere. I think it's just going to take us quite a bit more time to come up with the technology to voice them or even reach them. And I'm pretty sure that's how life works. Now, I don't know if life can bear on a gas giant or if life can bear on a non Earth like planet. Those would be a whole different, interesting type of aliens that could be out there, and I don't even really know how to think about that. But as far as the Earth-like planets goes, and I want to take it a step further. I think that Earth-like planets, I don't think that they always bear exactly this type of life, but I think it would be kind of similar because, well, for the recipe and the stew for life to bear, you're gonna come up with like some of the same elements and the same stuff. So it's like you might not have the exact type of human on another perfect like Earth Goldilocks zone that broke all the filters. They might have their version of life might be very similar to us or kind of slightly different. I don't know, but I don't think it'll be vastly different. I think they'll be like recognizable enough that would be okay. That's sort of humanoidish, or that's straight up humanoid, or they could be literally identical copies of humans that just see. That's another thing. Maybe life is only like this. Maybe it's only dogs, cats, cows, gators, humans, and it's just the processes have to line up to where everything like that can happen. So I don't know. It's a lot, but I don't think that it's just like we're just gonna keep seeing a bunch of like. I think this is kind of a miraculous situation, but I don't think it's the only miracle. I think there's like infinite space, so miracles are bound to happen, but I don't think very few and far between. So it's like for us to actually see aliens, we would have to be in a really bizarre predicament where there was two Earth Goldilocks planets in the same sector, both on like the same timeline, where in the same typical kind of age, where one didn't become like a bully and take over the whole galaxy. So it's like more than likely there's aliens, but they're not really in our scope of view quite yet because they would more than likely probably have dominated the whole galaxy by now if they had the ability to and if they were close enough. More than likely. So as we just get smarter and get more technology, more and more answers will come. But that's pretty much my guesstimation on what life is.